What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the F1 Manager career with Williams here. We started off absolutely beautifully with some very, very good positions made by Alex Albon in particular. But we're going to hope for something even stronger today as we see an overall rating increase here for the head of aerodynamics. We're going to have a design complete, and then previously we had a facility upgrade. We're going to try find a new design for the side pods. Hopefully these can come in. Obviously it won't be here before Jeddah because Jeddah is obviously today. But we're going to start that project, and then we'll simulate the practice. We had some okay results. You got Logan Sargent P13, Albon P15 onto practice 2, P12 and P16. We're always around that area at the moment, but we just want to try push these drivers to hopefully eventually get into the points, and maybe today we can start that off as we have the first runs in Q2 of 29.8 for Alex Albon, and then a 130.2 for Logan Sargent. Alex Albon 2 tenths away from the danger zone, from the drop zone there. Logan Sargent's going to have to put in one hell of a shift as we go for the final runs for Q1. As we go on board here with Logan Sargent, with the helmet cam again. I absolutely love this helmet cam, by the way. It is absolutely amazing. But we're coming up to the final corner here. Alex Albon just ahead, obviously on board with Logan Sargent, coming through the final corner. Will Logan Sargent make a repeat of Bahrain? Can he go into Q2? You bet he does. You absolutely bet he does. Nearly tries to match Alex Albon's time. And that's comfortably into Q2 as well. That's a good 3 tenths right there into Q2 for the Williams. Absolutely brilliant for us. But here we are with a red flag after making our first runs into Q2. And as you take a look here, it's Sergio Perez going into the final corner, and I don't know if that's a brake failure, but he is absolutely fuming. But we're not. Alex Albon currently P10 and Logan Sargent P12. Could this be the day that we get a Williams into Q3? What an absolute start that would be for us. And what an advantage it would be if we want to get into the points as well for the race. But yep, here we go with the final runs of Q2 here. Albon 3 tenths comfortably within the top 10, so that should really confirm that he will be in Q3, which is absolutely amazing. But Logan Sargent, can he make any sort of difference? But looking at the timings here, each sector, it's not great. And then we have an issue with an Alpine in the final corner, which just doesn't help our case at all. And Alex Albon crosses the line, doesn't improve, and Logan Sargent, as expected, looking at those sector times, also doesn't improve. But P12 is absolutely brilliant here. We're on to Q3 here, riding on board with Alex Albon, of course. 7 tenths off the pace for his first lap. But we have George Russell, I think this is here, just loitering behind him at the moment, whilst we're making these final laps. So we pretty much towed him for the entire lap, which was not really what we want, but it's not like we're going to be challenging him anyway. But Alex Albon improving in the first 2 sectors. Can he make any progress into the top 10? He improves by 5 tenths, but it's still 2 tenths off any of the Alpines, which will hopefully eventually be our fights for this season. Well, towards the end of the season anyway. But we're going to start soft to hard here for the Williams, trying to be a little aggressive, starting on the softs, because we need to be, especially with what happened last race out in Bahrain. But here we are, starting things off for this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Alex Albon and Logan Sargent losing out positions to medium runners off the start of the race, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And Albon might be in trouble here to Tsunoda as well. Hopefully you defend position here. Come through this S section. Oh, yeah, kind of. It's not really an S section at all. But Sergio Perez, as expected for the race, is just going to absolutely glide through us. So we have to make some sort of position for Alex Albon if Perez is going to easily walk through us. But losing position to Magnussen for Alex Albon, absolutely not what we want to start with. The Hasses really putting pressure on us. Hulkenberg on the back of Logan Sargent as well. Alex Albon having a look at Magnussen. Will he make any sort of move here? We're pushing him on the tyres. And we're deploying some energy for both drivers here. Not putting really anything on the fuel. But here we go onto the final corner. Yuki Tsunoda 7/10 behind. He won't be looking for a move. But he's going to have to defend from Sergio Perez. But here we go. Alex Albon not really in the position to make any sort of overtake. But we're going to increase the overtake aggression on both drivers, I believe. Just to try and make some sort of move here. But we actually we actually gain position here with Logan Sargent going down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda. Absolutely delightful. Logan Sargent on the softs to Tsunoda's mediums. As we look to try and make some stops here. Look to plan a stop. And as we do, safety car is deployed. You see Lance Stroll, Hamilton, Perez all into the pits. And it's George Russell ahead of us. Right behind, right in front of his teammate, and then just slams into the wall. He does a Max Verstappen on the final corner, and we're gonna actually double stack here. Gonna try time the double stack to perfection. Alex Albon gets out as Logan Sargent goes in. We're waiting, and we're waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for, but we're waiting for something. Logan Sargent's just sitting in the pits. I'm still questioning what for, but now Logan Sargent's gone from P14 to now P19, which is absolutely absurd and absolutely infuriating as well. Because Logan Sargent was actually doing very, very, very well. But we got a crash here. Yellow flags are out. Here we have Pierre Gasly. And I think that's Magnussen. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong in the final corner. The final corner where very much all the incidents are occurring here. Nowhere else really. But Magnussen is in the pits. And that warning does mean he's got a penalty as well. So he's serving that penalty in the pits. And then he's also going to have to change some sort of wing. So he's going to spend a lot of time in that pit box. But we look at the tyres here. You see Gasly on 38% softs as well with 10 laps to go. So he had to box. So now we got Alex Albon with 3 laps to go. 6 seconds away from Norris to try get the points. We're absolutely pushing this car to the limit here. 2 laps to go. Alex Albon, 126 degree hard tyres. Pushing the fuel to the max. Saving the battery to the last lap. 3.5 seconds. Pushing Sargent as well to try and make some sort of move on Valtteri Bottas, hopefully nearing the end. But we're going to be on to the last lap any moment now for Alex Albon and Logan Sargent. Here we go. We're going to start to deploy for Logan Sargent. Can Alex Albon make any sort of progress? 2.6 seconds now. Remember, that gap was only nearly 7 seconds 2 laps ago. Can he make any sort of move just like he did with Valtteri Bottas on the last lap of Bahrain? 2.3 seconds. 2.2. It's going down. The time is absolutely dropping here. Deployment is on. 1.9 seconds. Is there enough time to make any sort of move? And as the lap slowly gets to the end here, he is in distance. One more lap, I think. One more lap, and I think we would have got Norris there, and we would have got points. But look at that, nearly 130 degree tyres, absolutely pushing these tyres to the absolute limit on the hards here. But it's going to be a P11 And P14, Gasly nearly getting us at the end there. He did end up getting the fastest lap as well. But P11 and P14. I mean, it's an improvement to last race in Bahrain, but so close to finally getting the points as Max Verstappen wins again. Sergio Perez ending up getting second as well. Lando Norris actually starting from back of the grid and getting points is absolutely incredible there. But him getting that point does mean that we drop to 8th in the Constructors' Championship, which is actually our objective. But we've got an email here asking, talking about reduced deadline for our front wing, which absolute no-brainer to confirm. We'll absolutely take that one. And then we have the results here for the F2 race. Théo Pourchaire, P3. He's always up there. He's always up there. But that'll be the end of it today. If you guys liked it, then obviously like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next race. Ciao.